LakelandCarKeys.com. We're currently working on a Toyota Sieanna. This is a push-to-start smart key, and we are setting them up with a new smart key using one of the Lonsdor universal boards. So we have the correct board, and we have the shell that we're gonna put the board in. That's the original shell, and their blade has the one-sided cut emergency blade. So I just want to give a real quick rundown of how I do this. These can be generated with the KM100, and I believe they can be also generated with the 518 if you have the full programmer. But what I used was the Lonsdor Bluetooth adapter that went to my phone. And I want to try to set it up on the app on my tablet so that, you know, I can record a video while I was doing it. And of course, the tablet's giving me all types of problems. It won't detect the Bluetooth. And I think it might be because it was already pre-installed on my phone. So I wasn't able to actually show you the process that I used. But there is a Lonsdor app. And basically, this is what the app looks like. Basically, you would go into generate a smart key. And, you know, you would put the Lonsdor in there. And you would generate, you know, you would go in and generate. And it'll allow you to select the board and the frequency. So because I had the original key, I was able to go and look at the board number. It's probably hard to see in the video, but, you know, this was a board of 5691. And then what I did was I went into my X-Horse app, and as if I was generating an X-Horse universal key, and it told me the frequency was a 314.35 FSK. So once I generated the board in Lonsdor, it had me select that frequency. I selected the frequency, and it programmed everything to the key. I did have to put a brand new Duracell 2032 battery in it. And this one can actually go back into the key because I already programmed these on the car. But the programming is pretty straightforward. I use my Autel KM100, and I went in and you know, I just did an auto VIN. I select add a key, and then it'll tell me to take my original key and press the start button. And then once I do that, it tells me to take my new key and press it on the button. It'll beep twice, and the programming was done. So this is the new key. We got lock. Now, when you generate the frequency and the key, there are a bunch of different options that you can pick as far as the button configuration. So I'm not exactly sure if I have the correct button configuration yet. If the buttons, the rest of the buttons are wrong, I can go back and program in the thing and just rearrange the buttons. I don't have to reprogram the key. It's already programmed to the vehicle. So let me try this. So that was the rear hatch button, and the rear hatch is working fine. All right, so we hit the left button for the door, and the left button worked fine. So all the rest should work as they are. So that's the right, and then the panic should. All right, so all the new buttons are as they should be. I can just go ahead and close everything. All right, so what I'm going to do is take the original key, and I'm going to leave it in the back of the van, and that way I'll just test the start function, proximity, while I'm in the van by itself. My foot on the brake. All right, and the van starts up, it runs. All right, and this is that new Lonsdor universal key that we programmed. So now all we have to do is go ahead and cut the emergency blade. I'll probably just pull the door handle, get the code off the blade, and go ahead and cut it. It's a one-sided blade. It's very thin. So I only have to cut one side and they should be good to go. Alright, so I'm going to try to do this one-handed and show you to remove the door panel. It is a Torx 30, and basically this little black plastic, you just peel that out with your hands. I always put it down on the driver's seat so I can find where it's at. And then there's one little Torx bolt that's in there, and it's held in there by 2 plastic tabs, so you don't have to worry about it falling. And then usually I just go and hit the lock and push it out a little bit and pull it. And this does have the key code stamped on it. So most Toyotas, if there's a keyhole on the driver's side, on the passenger side, then that lock will have the code stamped on it. If there's only a key on the driver's side, then usually only the driver's side will have the code stamped on it. So I am gonna go on my tablet. Let's see, go into Toyota, Sieanna, and we're gonna select 10 through 16. All right, that's not it. From 2010, and we want this one that has this code series. That's from 80,000 to 89,000, or 89,999. All right, and then I'm gonna input the code. Just give me 1 second. All right, and then I have, this is the emergency blade itself. I already have it set up in the thing, and we're gonna go ahead and cut. And this works as like a little CNC machine. So what it's going to do is it's going to test certain angles of the key to see where the key is actually positioned into the holder. It's going to go ahead and check the tip, and then the blade will come down and check the height of the chuck itself. Alright, then it's going to check the placement of the key, the height placement. And then it'll go ahead and continue as an end mill and cut out the pattern of the key. And this is the final cut, and we're able to go in, do lock, and they are good to go. LakelandCarKeys.com.